Hey everybody, this is Daniel Graves from Aesthetic Perfection, and you are watching CMS TV.
Well, before we get to that, and we're already 3 hours into the show.
What do you mean? I've only been here an hour.
I know you really enjoy these segments, so let's jump into this one.
Okay.
And now, it's time for another lengthy email from Mark Nero.
All right.
He's becoming a regular on the show.
I guess.
I want to cut a bumper so bad. Hi, this is Mark Nero. When I'm not out fighting the Haitians, I like to write emails to the Classic Metal Show.
So let's do that. I'll do it.
When I'm not out fighting the Haitians.
Dude, I'll get somebody to read it because I don't want it to be mine and your voice.
Yeah, of course.
We'll do that.
All right. Well, here it is. Hail and kill everyone. Greetings, Chris and Neeley.
Wow.
Please give me your best responses to these questions and statements.
No, I'm going to give you my worst responses.
I love that. Give me your best. Well, let me go with second best here.
Okay.
This is what I was going to say, but instead I'm going to say this.
Okay.
All right. Here's what I dug up from a local Florida group that I have of their music. Dixie Wrecked by Bang Toy 69.
The name of the band is Dix Erect?
No, it's Dixie, D-I-X-I-E, like the Dick Mason Dixie line, you know, Dixon, Macy, Dixie, you know, down in Dixie.
Yeah.
Dixie Wrecked by Bang Toy 69.
Bang Toy 69 is the band?
That's the name of the band, Bang Toy 69.
And their song is Dix Erect.
No, Dixie.
Yeah, I get what they're trying to do, but it's Dix Erect.
Yeah, Dixie Wrecked. Yes.
I don't even have to hear the music to know that I hate it. I don't have to hear one fucking note of this to know that I hate this. I'm not going to ever support Bang Boys music singing Dix Erect.
Bang Toy 69.
Bang Toy 69 singing Dix Erect. Okay, they suck, Mark. I don't have to hear one fucking note of this. Stop it with your fucking gay porn trying to get a fucking laugh. This is fucking shit. Shit!
Just the thought of a band called Bang Toy 69.
I mean, come on, dude. I mean, what the fuck? You know what? I like the theme music behind fucking Meat Spin, okay?
Oh my
That's
God.
a solid band too, Mark.
My eyes are just watering here. Bang Toy 69.
Bang Toy 69.
Can you imagine one of those local radio stations? Now at the Glass Tiger, we have Bang Toy 69.
Playing their big hit, Dix Erect. Get the fuck out of here with this.
Well, you want to hear any of it?
I really don't.
Well, we're going to play some.
What's it going to sound like? A bed squeaking? Yuck.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. All right, let's play some of this. Is this like a rehashed Odin tune?
I can't even listen to it. I've taken my headphones off when you started playing it. I'm not going to listen to Bang Toy 69.
It's like Odin.
It could be like fucking Metallica. It's Bang Toy 69.
Dixie Wrecked.
Dixie Wrecked. Why are you making me listen to this fucking homoerotic shit?
Oh my God, is that hysterical?
No, it's fucking horrendous.
If you talk about the most stereotypical 80s rock style music ever.
Yeah. Jeez. It's horrendous. You're watching the video. I'm obviously not because I don't watch gay porn. But do these guys have the fucking poofed out?
Yes, they do. They have the 1980s look. They got the hair and the clothes and the whole, pouty lips and all that stuff.
Enjoy your fucking job at the BP, dickweeds.
At the
Jesus
Starbucks.
Christ.
They're baristas at the Starbucks.
Whatever.
Oh my God.
Horrendous. I don't play no more. Mark, if you send us this gay stuff, we're banning your segment. It's terrible. Send it to the Haitians, fuckface. We don't want to hear this.
All right. Here's the second question. Oh my God, I'm telling you, my eyes are just watering. That's just so fucking funny. Bag Toy 69.
Bag Toy 69. Horrible.
All right. What lead singer in Van Halen, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, had better songs in your top 10?
Top 10 songs from either...
Yeah.
One has more?
Yeah, who has more top 10 songs, the David Lee Roth era or the Sammy Hagar era?
I know. I mean, the answer is easy. For me, it's Hagar. For you, it's Roth.
Right. That's exactly it.
I'm a Sammy fan. I love the Sammy era. First of all, you can put all of 5150 for me. I could listen to that album any day of any week, always. Those are 9 of my top 10 songs.
Right.
Out of the Roth or out of the Hagar era or out of the Van Halen catalog.
Well, for me personally, I don't dislike Sammy Hagar in the Van Hagar thing. It's just I like the more grittier, dirtier sound that they had with DLR.
Yeah, dude, I don't hate Dave. I mean, I like that music too, but I'm a Sammy guy. I just am. And those first couple, Sammy did some shitty albums too. Balance, especially, was trash.
Sure.
But the OU812 and 5150 and the Fuck album, those 3 are fucking killer from start to finish. Sure. I like every song on those albums.
Sure. How about Judas Priest?
What about him? Ripper or
Ripper
Halford?
or Halford? I mean, I think the obvious is Halford.
It's Halford.
Yeah. Black Sabbath, Dio or Ozzy or Ray
Tony
or
Martin, man.
Tony Martin.
I'm kidding. For me, it's Dio.
Yeah, for me, it's Dio as well. That was a whole different band when Dio joined.
Absolutely, they were heavier, they were more aggressive, and they weren't as stoned.
Sure. All right. Here's an opportunity for give your opinion on a band.
Okay.
He wants to basically know.
Bang Toy 69.
I'm still crying over that one. Here's a band you most likely will never hear of. Ghouls Underground Metal Track of the Week. The band is Lips, Lipz. Lips. And the track, the name of the song is called Ghost Town.
Okay.
So Lips. Let's listen to Lips. Dance, dance, dance. Feel the heat of the rhythm. Feel the heat of my hand. Sounds like the beginning of the Rat song, doesn't it?
Sure does. Is this Great White?
Doesn't sound like Great White to me. It sounds kind of like Radish, Pretty Boy Floyish. Yeah. It's your typical, third level glam.
Yeah, it's non-memorable crap that I don't want to listen to.
Yeah,
these days.
it's third.
Hey, you. Why are you watching this with commercials? Go commercial-free and unlock exclusive content. Become a VIP today on Locals, Substack, or Rumble Premium. Stop waiting.
It's third tier glam.
Yeah, pass.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we'll pass on that one, Mark.
All right. David Reese, now the new vocalist for the band Power World. He's always been a great singer. What do you think What do you think was the best band he was singing with? Wise.
All right, so what are our choices? Or what? Baton Rouge, Accept, or David Reese solo? Reese?
Or this new one.
Well, obviously we haven't heard him in this Power World yet, so I got to take that off. I mean, for me, it's Accept. Eat the heat, man.
Okay. Did you hear Jakey Lee is looking for a vocalist for a solo CD? Who's a choice that is out there?
Well, there's always me. I mean, everybody heard my vocal talents on that Dawkins song.
And, of course, there's always London LeGrand.
Yeah, London LeGrand's always looking for a band. Nader.
Nader. That might be a good combo, but Nader is actually doing something with his London/The Priest lineup, so, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I mean, who's an available singer right now? Jack Russell?
Oni Logan?
Yeah, isn't Oni's in like Dio Disciples or something?
Is he? I know that according to Don on the Eddie Trunk show last week that Lynch Mob currently is over.
Yeah, no, I saw Oni replace Toby Jepson in the Dio Disciples.
Okay,
so he's out doing that with Ripper and Craig Goldie, who we're going to have on the show in 2 weeks. So maybe I'll just ask him, or you can ask him, or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, Oni's doing the Dio stuff right now.
Better gig than Lynch Mob, I guess.
I mean, who else is available as a singer? I don't even know.
Stephen Pearcy.
Yeah, Jeff Tate.
Jeff Tate.
Jeff Tate's available.
Right.
I don't know. Who knows? If Jake is smart, he'll just get some unknown guy.
Sure.
Since he's not going to make any money doing it anyway. Get some unknown guy that's good and just fucking do Badlands covers, and
Right.
I'll support it.
Right. Have you heard of the band Blue Coupe?
Blue Coupe?
Blue Coupe.
Do they play with Bang Toy 69?
I heard this first on Bill Peters' Metal on Metal show. He said it contains members of the Alice Cooper Band and Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, well, that sounds like stuff I
Blue
don't want.
Coupe. Okay, I get it. Blue
Yeah,
Oyster
yeah,
Cult.
yeah.
Alice Cooper. Blue Coupe.
Amy Rocks. What about Jizzy? He's been in every other band.
Well, that's true too.
Jizzy probably do it.
Sure. So he sent over a track called "You Like Vampires"
All right, let's scroll back the clock to 1976 and give this a listen.
from Blue Coupe.
Blue Coupe.
So
All right.
Blue Oyster Cult and Alice
Cooper.
Cooper. Blue Coupe. I get it. Very clever.
It's not what you say, it's what you do. You run through me. On an average day you come along, we sing our song. You.
Why is a singer trying to sound like Alice Cooper in his vocal style?
I was just thinking that while this may be members of Alice Cooper and Blue Oyster Cult, it certainly isn't good members from either band. Jesus, this sucks.
Isn't that funny, though, that this guy tries to have that Alice Cooper sound to his voice?
Oh, I'm sure they probably use the Alice Cooper font too on their album cover.
Listen to this.
Run through me for everything that's missing in my forever
song's horrible.
This is terrible.
It's
I'm not digging this
it's
at
the
all.
same riff over and over and over again.
Yeah, and it's a tired riff from the 70s.
Exactly.
Stinks.
Not good.
Not good at all. It sucks.
All right. Chris, what is your top 10 bands of all time?
Top 10.
Top 10.
Well, Pantera would be one. God, this is hard. Metallica would be 2. Love Hate would be 3. Who else do I listen to after that? Is this any style of music?
It doesn't matter. What is your top 10 bands of all time?
All right, so we got Pantera, Metallica, Love Hate, Beatles.
Really? Beatles?
Oh yeah, love
Wow,
the
that's
Beatles.
that surprises me, but go ahead.
I listen to the Beatles all the freaking time.
Sure.
Wow. You know, my list isn't always old. You know, I mean, it has some old. Death Angel would definitely be in there in the top 10 somewhere. I guess I'm not going to do this in order. Death Angel would be in there. I'd probably put Kid Rock in there as much as I listen to Kid Rock.
That's 6.
6. About Seven Dust.
Really? I would have never guessed that.
Oh, dude, I listen to Seven Dust every single day.
Really? Are they still around?
Yeah, they're still around. They're putting out a new album here in the beginning of the year.
Okay, that's 7.
Dokken would be up there.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Volbeat. They haven't been around long enough.
Well, it doesn't have to. It's just your top 10 bands of all time.
They only have 3 albums. You know, they don't have enough music to sneak into my top 10. Iron Maiden would be up there, obviously. Priest is one of my top 5 ever.
Well, that's 10 right there.
So that's my 10.
There you go. Not a bad list.
Except you would fucking cringe before you'd listen to a Kid Rock album.
You know what? I would have to go with the later stuff. I don't get into the rappy Kid Rock stuff.
Yeah, well, truthfully, and that's kind of where I am too. I mean, I like the old stuff, the old rap stuff too, but the last 2-3 albums have been phenomenal. Cocky and Kid Rock self-titled, and certainly the last 2, Rock and Roll Jesus and Born Free, have been fucking amazing.
Well, he's gone with more like a hard edge country rock, you know, heartland type sound.
Absolutely, I love it, dude.
But I wasn't big on the ball to the ball, the bang, the bang, bang, ding, 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 the dong, the dong, dong. You know, I wasn't into that.
I like all that shit talking that he does in the songs. I like that.
I just wasn't into that.
That's why you're you and I'm me, and the world keeps on spinning.
Right. Chris, is there a local band show besides Northeastern Ohio Rocks on the air in Ohio?
I don't even know that show. There is on 87.7 FM, the return of the Inner Sanctum with Pat, the producer, and Jim Benson, and yours and mine, and and a good CMS friend, Matt Wardlaw.
Oh, nice.
The Warlock. Back on they're doing local stuff. And there might be another one on WMMS pretty soon.
Okay.
Could very well be.
What is that?
It could be me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've been having some discussions.
Oh, look at you.
Dude, I got all this freedom now. I'm going to fucking capitalize on this radio shit.
I would say you should do it.
If I did anything that I fucking truly regret in my marriage that I gave up to try and make the marriage work, especially now that it didn't, it was giving up radio. Because I'm good at it and I love doing it, and
you're passionate about it and you enjoy it.
And I mean, I still do it. I'm every bit as passionate today doing this show tonight as I was 27 years ago when I was doing my morning show at WSTB as a student.
Nice.
And that's the truth.
I believe you. Believe me, I get it.
I love doing it. I love doing it. Dude, I mean, how many times when we get to 3 a.m. am I like, hey, let's do some more after we've done 6 fucking hours?
Sure.
I love doing radio. So, you know, for me, any opportunities that are out there right now, I'm entertaining and I'm looking at, and I'm not being a dick about money or nothing. I I want to do as much of it as I can. If I can find a way to do it full time, believe me, that's what I will end up doing.
Well, that would be my personal ultimate goal right there. If I could do that full time, I would do it as well.
I mean, and there's no reason we can't.
Well,
the interesting thing is we have such a large body of work that we could submit it to people, and if we could just get them to listen to it, they will see that we could fucking carry any amount of time, any number of days in a week, and we could carry it as well as anybody else.
Sure.
We don't have to play music. We never have to play music.
Right.
You know, we could just go from commercial break to commercial break and just do the show if we wanted to, and it would be fucking good, and it'd be compelling, and it would fucking grow. So it's all good, but you know, for now, those are my answers to his question, or that question. Is there's a show, The Inner Sanctum.
Well, look who popped in the chat room. It's Kim in Chicago. Remember, she used to leave us very erotic, sexy-sounding voicemails like 6-7 years ago.
I don't remember her at all.
Kim in Chicago. Her voicemails were very sexy, very erotic. She stopped at the CMS studio long time ago. She observed one show in person.
Did you bang her?
No.
Did you try to?
No.
Is she a pig?
No. She just came down and it was a nice hang with her, and she wanted to be a part of the show, and she wanted to see it live, and I invited her down to the studio, and she came down and hung out, and she always
earn her ticket.
Huh?
You didn't make her earn her ticket in the studio?
No. Come on, dude.
With a little fucking, here, put your hand on these sliders and let's see if we can get this fucking sound going up and down.
She wanted to see the show in person. I invited her down. She came down. She hung out, and she left. And she always left us very, exotic-sounding voicemails.
Yeah, until you left her fucking completely disappointed by not banging her.
I don't think she was begging for it. I don't think that's the case.
You don't think she was looking for it?
No.
That's why she came to a strange guy's house to watch him fucking talk on the internet?
No, she just wanted, she dug what we did. She liked what we did.
She dug something about that apartment. I think it was your dick.
But I saw her, she chimed in on the Classic Metal Show Facebook over there at facebook.com/the-CMS.
Okay.
And she said she would check us out. She said she was glad we were still around and doing what we do and all that stuff. So,
well, Kim Neeley won't say it, but I will. You're welcome back to the studio anytime. Don't wear panties.
Nice. Wonder if she still drives her black Mustang.
She's trying to drive your white cock into her fucking bay.
Nice. Look at you. Look at you. All right. Well, anyway, there's a couple more questions for you to answer, Chris.
Why are they all addressed to me? Why isn't he asking you?
Because you seem to be the most outgoing and most boisterous of the two of us.
Well, I'm going to start refusing his emails if he doesn't leave them to you and me. This is
Okay.
not my show only, folks.
I know, but they like you.
Whatever. Start liking you.
Okay. Chris, is it true Pantera will never release their first 4 LPs on CD? What's your takes on the first 4 LPs?
What's my takes?
What's your take on it?
Didn't like the Terrence Lee stuff at all. The Phil stuff's okay. Vince, I interviewed Vince once, and where I actually addressed that, and he said that he didn't need to do it. Now, this was when Pantera was still around, though. He said that they didn't need to do it, and they didn't want to give up their integrity for doing it, so they weren't going to. That being said, I'm sure as the dime train wears out on making them money, that those albums are going to come out. That's a guess. I've never heard that as a rumor or anything, but I got to think that after the 10-year anniversary of Dimebag's death, you're going to see those records. That's just, I mean, they're damn near releasing, voicemails at this point.
Nice.
Dime Vision 2 and whatnot. They're just scrapping things together. So you got to think those albums are going to come out at some point.
Sure. All right. Are you a collector of music or memorabilia?
Is that to me?
That's to you.
Very little. And you've been here. I mean, I have very few things. I I have my Led Zeppelin concert ticket from what was to be the last show, but got canceled when
In Chicago.
right when John Bonham died.
Right.
I have that. I have a bunch of passes, backstage passes that I've gotten throughout the years to various shows. On my wall here, I have an autographed picture of Damage Plan, where it's signed by all four guys. I have a Pantera Far Beyond Driven signed by all four guys in Pantera. I have a Dio ticket signed by Dio and Jimmy Page. And there's probably some other shit laying around here and there, but I'm not a collector like you are by any stretch of the imagination. I am very much I'm one of those guys. I don't go get autographs most of the time, and Neeley, you've been with me to see me do this. Most times when I have backstage passes, I give them to harder core fans because I don't like to wait around after the show. The thrill of that whole thrill thing of meeting a band and, dude, you guys fucking got me through those hard times. That does not work for me ever. It's cool. To me, it's more cool personally when I interview a band than it is to meet them, because at least when I interview a band, I can get one-on-one with them and I can really have a conversation. When you meet a band, 9 out of every 10 times, it's like, hey, thanks for coming out. Hey, thanks for the show. Great set. Okay, now move along.
Right.
So I'm not into it so much. I mean, sometimes it's fun. If you know the guys a little bit, it's fun. Like, we had fun hanging with the Dockin' boys, and, I definitely have had a lot of fun hanging with the Pantera guys throughout the years, and, but ultimately, I'm not much of a collector. To me,
I'm a collector, though.
Oh, yeah, you love to collect all
I collect stuff. I mean, you've been here at the CMS studio. It is like the ultimate man cave.
Absolutely. It is, and it's the man cave of classic metal.
People who have been here, they look around and it's just like, oh my God, dude, this is just freaking awesome.
It's like a Hard Rock Cafe there.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's like a miniature Hard Rock Cafe here. I've got tons of posters and pictures and albums and a lot of signed memorabilia and collectors and, all that kind of stuff. But it's just to add to the atmosphere here in the CMS studio.
The only thing that you don't have in the CMS studio, and it actually surprises me, is you don't have your actual pictures that you've taken with the bands displayed.
But I have them, but they're just in a book. I don't have them, framed or anything,
I would have figured by now you would have bought one of those digital frames where you can put 100 pictures or something and have it.
I'm not that narcissistic about it.
It would fit the room, though.
I'm sure it would, and maybe somewhere down the road, but I'm not that narcissistic. I'm just more or less just the fact that I enjoy, some of the collector things, but it's never been about me. Right. I've never been about a me guy. Look at me with this guy, and look at me hanging out, and look at me. I've never been. It's never about me. This show has never been about me.
Yeah, it's always been about me.
Well, recently it has.
Recently,
but no, it's never been about me. It's something I wanted to do for the fans because I've been a fan. And I wanted to give the fans a forum or a place that they could enjoy something. But it's never been about me personally. Never.
Sure. Absolutely.
And I don't have pictures of me and this and that. I have plenty of them.
Right.
But it's never been about that.
Right. No, I know. Believe me, I know, dude. I mean, I always see you take the pictures and then they never surface anywhere.
No, because I put them in my book or I put them in my, whatever. And it's just for my personal memory, but I don't put the display out there. Look at me hanging out with so and so, and look who I met, and look at I don't give a shit about that.
See,
I don't.
I'm a total narcissist, and all I do is display my life for the world.
Well, lately anyway.
Yeah, well, for the last 3 months.
Yeah, but it'll calm down and it'll be a little more subtle, and I believe that it's just a whole new world for you.
Yeah, well, and it kind of already is already, because I mean you have a lot more knowledge than most people do of my dating status and whatnot, and I'm not bringing it to the show, as you guys you've noticed. I'm not saying word one about anything because I have no idea what the reaction will be there. So
This episode of the CMS Network is brought to you by our sponsor, Blackout Coffee. If you are a coffee lover, you will love when they are selling over at Blackout Coffee. Make sure you get yourself some. The only thing woke about this company is the drinker of the coffee, because it gives you quite a jolt. I am a personal fan of the Brutal Awakening Dark Roast, but everybody's a little bit different. Make sure you get what is your favorite today. Go to blackoutcoffee.com. Use the promo code CHRIA20 to save 20% on your first order. It's that simple. So one more time, blackoutcoffee.com. That is the link, or use the full link if you're going to shop around. That is scrolling on the bottom, and get yourself some of the best coffee that is out there today. blackoutcoffee.com.
you know, it's all relative, dude. You're right, though. It is, for me, it's new right now, so
Sure.
it is fun, and it is fun to put a lot of it out there for me personally, and you know, just say, yeah, go ahead and look at me, motherfucker. You know, I dare you.
Right. I mean, you know, obviously you've been here a couple times. You were here as recently as a month ago, and
Right.
you know, it's a cool hang.
It is.
It is something I'm proud of. I enjoy this studio that I have and that I've built, and the memorabilia on the walls, and the versatility, because we were like an hour before the show, and we were able to set up that quick. We were able to set up microphones and get everything plugged in and get rocking within an hour.
Right.
You know, so it's something that I designed, and it's just like, if somebody were to come here and be live, I want to be able to plug in and go.
Yeah. Oh, and we really have been able to do that. So it is cool. But you're right, dude. Hanging in the studio is such a cool, you know, it is a cool place, and it's a cool vibe. And it's definitely not just like, okay, well, we're in this guy's house. It does not feel like that at all. It definitely feels like a professional radio station.
Sure.
It's good shit.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just my little toys. But as far as it being about me personally, I'm not interested in that. Never have been.
Sure.
I just like to be a participant. That's it.
I need to be the center of all attention all the time.
And one last question, Mr. Akin.
Okay.
Out of your memorabilia or collector's items,
Yeah.
what is the best item you own?
The Zepp ticket.
Okay.
And the other stuff, well, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I can't go get a dime bag autograph again, and I have 2 of those. And you know what? I don't know that I have a best or a worst. If you had to play that game of, well, you can only keep one, what would you keep? You know, I don't know what I would keep, but they all have some pretty significant memories to them. I mean, fuck, you know, I met Jimmy Page, you know. And Ronnie James Dio introduced me to Jimmy Page. That all by itself is a cool memory and a cool story. And let's face it, that cannot happen a second time now with Dio being dead.
Well, you know, and I'm very envious of the fact that you know, out of circumstances met Jimmy Page. I mean, it wasn't planned. You didn't even know that was going to happen. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was totally, I was in the back talking to Dio, and he asked me if I wanted to go meet somebody. And I was like, sure. And you know, I mean, dude, you've been backstage when people ask you that kind of shit, and you expect to meet the fucking guitar tech or something. You know, or, hey, this is our manager. He's been with us for 23 years or whatever. You know, that's what you expect. You certainly don't expect to be taken back and have Jimmy Page sitting there.
Right.
You know, a guy, you know, it's Led Zeppelin. You know, and it's like, wow. Jimmy fucking Page. I will admit I was nervous when I went up to shake his hand. Shook his hand like, hello, how are you? You know, like a bitch. And you know, he was very cool. I got to talk to him for a couple of minutes, and you know, and typical me, I'm asking him questions about, hey, what are you doing here? It doesn't seem like your crowd. But he was cool. He signed my ticket, and you know, I apologized to him that I didn't have nothing cool for him to sign, but I didn't. So it was cool, and it was Jimmy Page, so that was cool. And I don't know. I gather memories, and I have like the coolest memories of shit, and really having a piece of property or something from it is not that important to me.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, my coolest memory ever is, and I think I've told this on the air before, about when Dimebag and I climbed up on top of some speakers in Billy's studio after I did the interview with Damage Plan. And we were doing fucking Karate Kid kicks and kicking each other off the speakers.
Right.
You know, it's like he wanted to kick the fat guy, and I was like, fuck you, pal. I'm not going to just let you beat me down. You know,
right.
I'm going to kick your ass back. And we did. And we both got up in the crane position and took a shot at each other. You know, we both kicked each other at the same time and knocked each other over on these speakers. And it was funny as shit. That's probably my favorite rock star memory. And it has nothing to do with playing or anything. It was just us having fun, being silly. And it's like, that's the kind of shit you do with your boys when you're drinking. It's not the kind of shit you do with, an unbelievable legend like Dimebag Darrell. So, that's probably my best memory. But there's not even a picture of it unless it ends up on Dime Vision 2.
Right.
They did film it, so I hope it does end up on Dime Vision 2. That'll be great.
Well, let me ask you something just out of, and I know that the homage that you pay toward Dimebag. Had he not been tragically killed the way that he had, do you believe he would have been the legend today? Should he be alive this minute?
Tough question. I mean, he was a legend. I mean, he was a legend alive. I mean, I would say 85% of Pantera fans always went to those shows to see Dimebag play. I mean, that's just, Dimebag was the shit. And he was the reason you went to Pantera shows, because he was so fucking good, and he was so cool, and he was always cool with fans, and that was cool about that guy. Truth is, though, Damage Plan was a shit album, and it was not very good playing from Dimebag. I mean, and Reinventing the Steel was not very good playing from Dimebag. And you have to wonder if maybe he had already burned it out. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but I mean, certainly Dimebag was the reason that most Pantera fans were into Pantera. So I think I don't know that he'd be as big as he is now, but I certainly don't think that he would be, Mick Mars either.
Right.
So I don't know. Interesting question.
Yeah. I mean, if Pantera faded away and Dimebag was still alive and he wasn't really doing anything, would his popularity have waned to the point to where it's, oh yeah, I know who that guy is, and that's where they leave it? But since he was tragically killed by a psychopath murderer,
right?
He obviously is now set in stone as a, I don't know what you want to call it, an icon.
Yeah, I mean, well, what do you think? I mean,
I think it's much like a painter. Painters who die, their paintings aren't valuable until after their death.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that you could probably equate it to recently, is maybe somebody like Peter Steele from Typo Negative, who did not become a legend by his death.
No, but he didn't get killed tragically either. He basically, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna be offensive.
All right.
He basically drank himself to death.
Exactly right. Yep, he did. I don't remember. I drank too much.
Yeah.
That's what he did, man. He did. He killed himself, but still, I mean, it almost fit his persona, which in a way, if anybody was going to gain fame from their death, might have been that guy, because the whole Typo Negative thing was death isn't the end, death is the beginning. Ooh, scary type shit.
He was just macabre.
Yeah, and then he died horrifically and young, and nobody I mean, people care, but nobody as far as elevating him, nobody did. No one.
Yeah, dying of liver disease or liver failure is not as tragic as dying with a bullet to the head. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill. Yeah, Neeley, I have to disagree with you there. I think Dimebag wouldn't have faded away and wouldn't be looked at as kind of just another guitar player because he also was that larger life persona, that kept his guitar playing in the spotlight. So I think and plus I think over the last 8 years you might have another Pantera album and another this and that to keep him keep him relevant. And who knows, maybe even God forbid he might have sold out and did like a commercial or something or other,
Well, my point is, it always seems like someone who dies tragically. I mean, this guy took a bullet on stage. There's really no way of topping that as far as going out of this life. Now, if he had, waned in his popularity as far as his music is concerned, he would be, one of the quote-unquote top 10 guitarists ever, or whatever the case may be. But because he died so tragically, that put a stamp on the fact that this guy had so much more to give. He died before his time. He was taken out before his time. You know what I'm saying.
Look at Randy Rhoads and look at Jim.
Well, there you go. He died tragically in a plane crash.
And look at Jimi Hendrix and all that. I mean, you could say that for them too.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
But he died. But Jimi Hendrix died of a alcohol overdose, if there is such a thing, where he.
I thought his was heroin.
I thought he choked on his vomit, but maybe that was John Bonham. But anybody who did drugs or alcohol, they died tragically and suddenly. That's the thing. They died suddenly, regardless if it was a bullet or alcohol or drugs or whatever. They just died suddenly. You know what I mean?
True.
So that's what puts a stamp on their legacy, is the fact that they came to a definitive end very quickly and there was no more.
From the chat room, if MOL died today, would he be immortalized by us?
Hopefully it's the biggest jackass the show's ever seen. That's not Snake Man or Rev. Anyway, and Peter Steele, you kind of, everyone saw that coming because that's all he talked about was dying.
That's my point, though. See, he died slowly.
Yeah.
He didn't die suddenly. He was sort of sick, and he was fading out of the spotlight, and he eventually just kind of went out, on a gradual basis. He didn't just, tragically die. Just bang. I never expected that.
Exactly.
People expected it. So when it happened, It was just like, geez, that's not a surprise.
Too bad. Nice guy, though.
Regardless of that.
Yeah, I know. Though, it's when you go out that way, though, I mean, Dimebag was tragic, and Randy Rhoads was tragic, too.
But nobody saw that coming, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but the drugs, as you were saying, the drugs are going to do that to you. You're going to die.
See, I'm going to say this, and I always argue this, and most people don't agree with me, whatever. I think Randy Rhoads was tremendously overrated. The guy did not have the body of work to be considered this great legend. He just didn't.
How about
He's a good player, but dude, there's 100 other guys better than Randy Rhoads.
But he died tragically and suddenly, and that's what cements him in people's heads, regardless of his talent.
Yeah, they all play the game of, if he would have lived, he would have done blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Now, Chris, I'm going to ask you a question that could get you really crucified if you ask her that way. How about Cliff Burton?
Cliff Burton?
Yeah.
Cliff Burton was an amazing player, dude. I mean, the guy played the bass like a fucking guitar. I mean, Cliff Burton Cliff Burton, I mean, regardless of if he was alive or dead, the stuff that he did when he was alive was absolutely groundbreaking as a bass player, and nobody has done it since, or nobody of significance has done it since. I mean, you listen to some of those.
He was so good that after he died on the next Metallica album, they totally didn't have bass at all, even though they.
Yeah, that was them being them. But I'm just saying, I mean, if you ever watch some of those old videos from the middle to late 80s, or, till his death, really, from the mid 80s, especially the stuff in the, Master of Puppets era, the stuff when they were out on tour with Ozzy.
I've done the whole Vortex, the YouTube Vortex, where you just watch older and older stuff and more obscure stuff, so I've seen it all.
Yeah, I mean...
All right, well, I'm going to get off this phone, so I don't wear out my welcome.
Well, you've already done that.
Fuck you, Scotty. Yeah, I know I have. Fuck you, Scotty. All right, Hell and Kill, boys.
Get ready. The Classic Metal Show is live every Saturday from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern. It's always uncensored. Watch on CMS TV, Rumble, Odyssey, or X.